Hello students, how do you do? This is day 3. Today we shall learn about verbs, tenses and personal subject pronouns. When we talk to one another, we use sentences. My brother works for a bank. This is a sentence. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. And each word in this sentence is a part of speech. Our course on spoken English and English grammar will help us learn the different parts of speech that make a sentence. In this sentence, the word brother and bank are both nouns. Can you tell me what type of noun? Brother and bank are both common nouns. Work is a verb. So, what is a verb? Verbs are words that express or show action. They are doing words. Walk, run, jog, stand, sit. All these are action words. But that's not all. Verbs also express emotions such as to like, to love, to feel happy, sad, shocked, or angry, to want, to wish, to need, to prefer. These are also called verbs. Verbs which are related to sensations, to smell, to taste, to touch, to see, to look, to listen, and to hear. Some other non-action verbs are to contain, to involve, to include, to own, to possess, to have, to belong. Then there are verbs related to mental states. To agree or to disagree, to know, to forget, to promise, to think, to remember, to realize, to understand, to suppose. The most common and basic verb that you will use in your day-to-day English speaking is the verb to be. I'm going to teach you how to use the verb to be with the subject personal pronoun. I, first person, singular, subject personal pronoun. I am. As you can see that the verb to be has changed to am when used with I. I am an English tutor. You, second person singular. You are a student. He, she, a third person singular. He for a boy or a man. She for a girl or a woman. It for a thing. For example, he is in the room. I, you, he, she, it in the sentences above are singular. Now let us take a look at the plural form of the subject personal pronoun we. That is, many people, including you and I. We are learning English. We is the first person plural. They is the third person plural. That is many people, but it doesn't include me. They are playing. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb to be. I, fine. I am fine. He in the kitchen. He is in the kitchen. You talking. You are talking. They at the hospital. They are at the hospital. We friends. We are friends. Just as am, is, and are the affirmative form of the verb to be, it can also be used in the negative form. What do we mean by that? I am changes to I am not in the negative. He, she, it is changes to he, she, it is not. And finally, we, you, they are becomes we, you, they are not. As you can see, the word not is used to make the sentence negative. Now let us take a look at how we can use the verb to be in the question form. I am changes to am I. As an example, am I an English tutor? And the answer to that is yes, I am. He, she, it is changes to is he or is she or is it. For example, is he your brother? We, you, they are. That is, the plural form will change to are we, are you, or are they. So let us now look at some examples of the verb to be in the affirmative, in the negative, and in the question form. I am Sarah. Are you Liz? No, I'm not Liz. You are not Kate. Students, we know that time is never always the same. You were once a young boy or a young girl, and today you're a young man or a young woman. As time passes by, we will all grow old.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, I will teach you how to use verb tenses in your sentences. The verb to be in the present tense is I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you are, and they are. In the past tense, I am changes to I was. You are becomes you were. He, she, it becomes was. Then we were, you were, and they were. Now let's look into the future. In the future tense, I am changes to I will. Similarly, you will, he, she, it will, we will, you will, they will. Just like the simple present tense, the simple past tense can also be spoken in the affirmative, in the negative, and in the questioning form. Affirmative I was changes to I was not in the negative. Was I when you are asking a question. He, she, it was. He, she, it was not. Was he? Was she? Was it? In the question form. We, you, they were in the affirmative changes to we, you, they weren't or were not. And finally, in the question form, it changes to were we, were you, were they. And now let us look at the simple future tense. I shall or I will becomes I will not in the negative. Will I when you are asking a question. He, she, it will changes to he, she, it will not. Will he? Will she? Will it? When you are asking a question in the future tense. We, you, they will changes to we, you, they will not in the negative future tense. Will we? Will you? Will they? When you are asking a question in the future. The other most important word in the English language that you will use quite often is the verb to have.
Can I have a piece of cake?
Yes, you can have a piece of cake. Woo! Let us now learn how to use the verb to have in the simple present, simple past, and in the simple future tense. In the affirmative form or the positive form, the verb to have is I have for the first person singular, whereas while speaking in the negative, I have changes to I do not have. Do I have when you want to ask a question? For example, do I have any time left? For the second person singular, that is he, she, it has. In the negative form, he, she, it does not have. Does he, does she, or does it have when asking a question? In the case of the first person, second person, and the third person, it is we, you, they have. The negative is we, you, they do not have. And finally, do we have, do you have, and do they have when you are asking a question. Students, before we go to the simple past tense, did you notice anything different here? Well, okay, let me tell you. In the case of the second person singular, he, she, it, the verb to have has changed into has. Also, he, she, it does not have in the negative, and does he, she, it have in the question. The second thing you may have noticed is that do not have has been shortened to don't have, and does not have has been shortened to doesn't have.
3, 2, 1.
Let us practice the verb to have in the simple present tense. Your brother a new car. In this sentence, the noun brother can be replaced by the subject personal pronoun he. Therefore, we will use has. Your brother has a new car. Alright, now let us change the sentence into the negative. Your brother does not have a new car. In the interrogative or the question form, it will be, does your brother have a new car? Mary has a new job. In this sentence, Mary can be replaced by the subject personal pronoun she. Therefore, we will use has. Mary has a new job. Alright, now let us change the sentence into the negative, which is does not have. Mary does not have a new job. In the interrogative or the question form, it will be, does Mary have a new job? The children their own rooms. In this sentence, the children can be replaced by the subject personal pronoun they. Therefore, we will use have. The children have their own rooms. Alright, now let us change the sentence into the negative. The children do not have their own rooms. In the interrogative or the question form, it will be, do the children have their own rooms? Mom and I, dinner at 7 p.m. In this sentence, Mom and I can be replaced by the subject personal pronoun we. Therefore, we will use have. Mom and I have dinner at 7 p.m. Alright, now let us change the sentence into the negative. Mom and I do not have dinner at 7 p.m. Or you could say, Mom and I don't have dinner at 7 p.m. In the interrogative or the question form, the best way to say this is Mom and I Do we have dinner at 7 p.m.? Now, let us have a look at the simple past tense of the verb to have. It's actually quite simple. In the affirmative form, the verb to have changes to had in the simple past tense, and that is for all the subject pronouns. I had, you had, he, she, it had. We had, you had, and they had. Similarly, the negative form of the simple past tense is did not have, or you could say didn't have. I didn't have, he, she, it didn't have, and so on. For the interrogative or the question form, I had becomes did I have, did you have, did she, it have, did we have, or did they have? Let us take a look at some examples. Mike, a lot of friends. In this sentence, Mike can be replaced by the subject personal pronoun he. Therefore, we will use had. Mike had a lot of friends. Alright, now let us change the sentence into the negative. Mike did not have a lot of friends, or Mike didn't have a lot of friends. In the interrogative or the question form, you would say, did Mike have a lot of friends? Now, let us have a look at the simple future tense of the verb to have. In the affirmative or the positive form, to have becomes I will have, or you could say I shall have. And this remains the same for all the subject personal pronouns. So you could also say he, she, it will have, we, you, they will have. In the negative form, shall not have or will not have also will remain the same for all the subject pronouns. For example, I shall not have my dinner at 7 p.m. You shall not have, we shall not have, they shall not have, he, she, it shall not have, or will not have. In the interrogative or the question form, that will be will I have, or shall I have, will he, it have, and so on.